Hello, hello, hello. Got the Buster Poindexter hair going tonight. What's shaking? What's happening? What's going down? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Matthias, what's happening? Good to see you, sir. Ba-ba-bum. Whose live is it anyway? Welcome to TikTok Live. It's a game show where you too can play. And if you play it right,
you can make money with ChatGPT.
Clint Copperhead, what's shaking, buddy? Everyone, the regulars and mods, presenters. Oh, man. My eyes is a little crispy. Hello, Apple user. What's shaking? Lunashtick, good to see you. Dr. J. I taught the third leg of the AI Launchpad workshop. So tonight was the final leg. It was advanced AI, and holy crap! It was like it was just insane. Like how much stuff I ran them through in 2 hours. I basically told them, just sit back, don't listen to anything, just go watch the recording when it's done. It was nuts, but I'm a little crispy. Emilio's wife was there. Wait, is Tobias still banned? No, you're not banned, are you, Tobias? Because you just posted turtles. I think you're good. Welcome, everyone. Oh, wow, there's a lot of folks in here. All right, so let's get this party started. So my name's Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. And what we do here is we talk about this generative AI stuff. And if you have any questions or comments about what you're doing with AI, pop them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. We'll walk through a bunch of stuff here. So I'm gonna quickly get you up to speed on if you're brand new to this AI stuff and you're like, but I don't know what to do. I'm not very technical. I'm not a mathematician, okay? All right? I'm not an engineer. I don't do programming, okay? So I can't do this AI stuff. Nope, wrong. You can do it. We're all doing it. We're all figuring it out. I have a degree in acting, all right? So take that as your baseline. I'm also an entrepreneur, but where we're going to start. If you have not played with ChatGPT, if you haven't tried it yet, you're like, but I don't know what it is, Kyle. I don't know what to do. I think this is not bright enough. Yes, correct. If that's you, if you're like, I don't know where to start there. That one, chat.openai.com. That's the official ChatGPT website. It's the first, and it's the best, and
you can make money with ChatGPT.
We make fun of those people. But anyway, go there and just start talking to it. It looks like a Google search box, but it's not. Ask it things. Ask it to write you poems. Ask it to write you a business plan. Ask it to come up with marketing copy for your pizza shop. Doesn't matter. Just go there and start asking it stuff. And watch what it does. If you've been playing with this stuff for a while, what I've got here is a list of the things I think are worth paying attention to. These are the big four that are right here. We call it the adult table. And these are all either very, very good now or about to get very, very good. Bard right now is okay, not great. ChatGPT, now that it's gone multimodal and has DALL-E built into it, is insane. It's amazing. It's the best $20 you could spend for a monthly subscription for software. Claude's really good. Bing has potential, but it's not great because they've got the safety guardrails too high. Then we've got the kids table, Pi, Perplexity AI, where you can play with the Meta's llama models. Llamas is tasty, and Poe. So go check those out. Now, for images, do a screenshot of this one. So DALL-E 3 You can play with inside ChatGPT if they've given you access to it. If not, it's coming if you pay for ChatGPT Plus. But you can also do it for free at bing.com/create or in Bing Chat if you ask it to make an image. That's DALL-E 3. Midjourney, really good. Best in terms of art, although you have to do things in Discord. Ideogram, okay, but fading. Adobe, Firefly from Adobe just went into version 2, and it looks like it's getting pretty good. Here are some fun ones to play with. I'm going to switch out Runway ML for either Pika or Moon, what's it called? Moon Valley, I think, for text to video. HeyGen does video translation into a bunch of languages that are amazing. Those other things are worth playing with too, so screenshot that. And then the final little pile of these things, Futurepedia.io, and there's an AI for that. Those are big directories of AI tools, so go use those. And then these guys are folks I think you should pay attention to and follow. Hey, Sherry D, thank you for the rose. It's very sweet.
Sure thing.
Siri, go away. Siri. Oh, I said Sherry D. She thought I said Siri D. Siri, go away. Go away.
Okay.
Kyle melted my face off tonight with our last AI workshop. Yeah, it was intense. Rhonda, it was a lot. I told you it was a lot going into that, right? So we did so the workshop that I did in Rhonda's community was called the AI Launchpad. And actually I have a little graphic of it here. So tonight was the final night. And it was the first night. The first night on October 4th was overview of AI. The second night was applying AI to your business. So it was mostly ChatGPT, but doing different use cases and things like that. And then tonight was advanced AI, and we went through advanced ChatGPT. So like all of the new features in ChatGPT, we went through music production tools, voice and animation tools, video tools, and then I even managed to squeeze in about 20 minutes of automation using Zapier. It was just a machine gun of like, here's 27 rabbit holes you can run down. So it was good. But anyway, thank you for having me, Rhonda. That was really great. Really, by the way, really nice community, sweet community, and Rhonda's great too. Also, the Salon.ai, if you go right there, that's a community that I started last December, the AI Salon. And it's basically a group of AI adventurers. So people just trying to figure this stuff out, helping each other. Sherry D, nice. I got my first license plate. Yay. Kyle Shannon. That's sweet. Thank you. But go join the salon. If you go there, there's a link to the Discord where you can hang out with us and ask questions and geek out. We've got guilds there now. We've got a beginner's guild and a art guild and a writing guild, and just it's cool. It's a cool group of people. So go hang out there. You can put it on your bike now. So yeah, go do that. Storyvine.com, that's my company, and yeah, so that's all that stuff. So let's get started here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on ahead and I'll start answering questions because I'll take my massive intellect. You see how large my forehead is? That indicates that I've got a very large cranial crater, as they call it. And in my cranial crater, there is some activity. And so I'm going to use that activity here tonight to answer some of your questions. You might want to ask what are my qualifications? All right. Midjourney just released a really big feature. Get it? Bigger pictures. Nice. I didn't know that. You don't pay attention for an hour in this space, and it's like, good Lord, really, people? Let's see the announcements. What are the announcements in Midjourney? All right. Hey, everyone, we're releasing 2 new upscalers today, a 2x upscaler and a 4x upscaler. That's a big deal. You can see 2 and 4x upscale buttons under any normal V5 or Niji job. You can use it on old jobs using /show job ID. Nice. The upscaler is subtle and tries to keep the details as close as possible to the original image. May not fix glitches or issues with the old image. The 4x upscaler costs roughly 3 times more GPU minutes than the 2x upscaler, which makes sense. Both upscalers work with fast GPU time right now. We do not know if we have enough GPUs yet to enable it in relax mode. Known issues. Under very rare occasions, it will drain your bank account. No, it doesn't say that. I just. Do you code machine learning? No, I don't. I understand it, but I don't code it. I am. So what this channel's about is, so there's an inflection point that happened last November 30th, right? So we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of the launch of ChatGPT. So in my opinion, ChatGPT marks an inflection point where before that time, you had to be an engineer, a scientist, a researcher, if you wanted to be involved in machine learning at all. ChatGPT kind of opens it up for the rest of us. Very similar to how the World Wide Web did with the internet back in the mid-90s. And I was a co-founder of one of the early agencies in the mid-90s, a company called agency.com. So I've been through one of these cycles before with this kind of a major technological... And the parallels are kind of insane. And this AI stuff is looking, I don't know, significantly more profound and happening a hell of a lot faster. So while I can't answer all the technical stuff, what I can talk to is, how do you use the stuff in your work? How do you learn it? Why should you learn it? Is it just hype? What are the ethical implications? I mean, I can talk to some of that. I'm not an ethicist, but I'm an entrepreneur. So my interest is in, okay, now how do we use these things? Now that we got the people that are coding the machine learning, and they're putting it out for the rest of us to use, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? And that's the $1 million question. And that's how we're all going to figure out
You can make money with ChatGPT.
how we do that. So let's go look at some questions. Some questions. Who's got some questions? Let me answer the questions. Rhonda. I so wish I could have been there. I invited a friend of mine. That is awesome voice. Holy shit. I don't know what Rhonda's holy shitting, but that's cool. Did you just start? I did just start. Just wanted you to know how well you're educating us. Attended seminar today, and I knew everything. Yes. Listen, I mean, this channel, why I do these every flippin' night is not for my health, not for my sanity. I've got both of those like, is to just keep in the conversation. If you just keep in the conversation with this stuff, we're so early that you don't have to know everything. You just kind of need to know what are the major mileposts, like what's possible today. Like ChatGPT, for example, today is a significantly different product than it was 3 weeks ago. Like a significantly different product. Like I don't even know what it makes possible right now. It can see, it can hear, it can talk, it can make images, it can program, it can do data analysis, and it can do all the ChatGPT shit. It's fucking amazing. And it's really fascinating because right now, all of those modes, they've got it programmed so there are all these distinct modes, right? I can only assume that that's for them to do the testing and fine-tuning, that at some point all these modes are going to do this. And ChatGPT is just going to be like this little magic box that you ask it anything and it does anything. That's where it's headed, I think. I asked, is Midjourney free? Midjourney is not free. They used to do like 25 free images and then they stopped that. I don't even think they do any now. I think the minimum for Midjourney is $10 a month. That's what I pay. I'm about to cancel that because of DALL-E. So, yeah. All right. A large cranial crater with activity. 2 and 4X, that's what I've been. Zippy to Pinhead. Hey, it's me. The old Alice participant just passing through to say hi and thanks for the new hobby. Absolutely. Welcome and good luck. Keep having fun. Keep being curious. Came up with a new term last night that you gotta work your curiosity knuckle. Work that curiosity knuckle. I'm new and would like to start dabbling. What is good to play with and free? Perfect. So I am going to ChatGPT. So just lil old ChatGPT. What's going on? Oh, are we back? Are we alive? Yeah, I think we're alive. Okay. So if you pay the $20 to ChatGPT, which I think right now is the best deal in software, but if you can't pay that, that's fine. But if you do pay it, you'll have that little plus sign and you'll have access to ChatGPT-4 and all these goodies. Even without that, though, just start with ChatGPT. And if you have no ideas, you can just like click on these little things. These are just ideas. Make a content strategy. Plan an itinerary. Give me ideas. Come up with concepts for a retro style arcade game, whatever. You can click on those things. Let's just click on one of these, see what it does. Give me 5 concepts for a retro style arcade game. This is odd. This is normally very, very fast. So it might be my internet. Am I being all janky and stuttery? This does not look normal at all. Oh, there it's going. I have a feeling this is my browser. I just woke my machine up and Microsoft Edge, which is my default browser, has got really bad memory problems. Here, I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna quit Microsoft Edge. We're coming back to you, Microsoft. All right, listen, Microsoft. I don't know if you know this. I know you're kind of still in startup mode and you haven't really released any software before. But if you could go on ahead and fix your Microsoft Edge browser so that it doesn't hose my fucking Macintosh every time I wake it up from sleep. That would be swell. That'd be super swell there, Microsoft, with your band of buddies up there in Redmond, Washington. All right. Okay, back to this. Let's see. Show me a code snippet of a website sticky header. I don't even know what that is, but let's do that. Boom. There. It'll write you code. This is free. So ChatGPT will write you code. We could also say, oh, there we go. Okay. That's great. Could you also turn that into a country song? Well, I'm not a songwriter, but I'll give it a try. So now it's writing a country song about HTML. In HTML, we got a header so fine with navigation links like a neon sign. Oh, yeah. It can do that. It can... Let me create a new chat here. Let me go... let's see. Write me a 10-tweet thread with emojis and sequential numbering talking about chubby black and white dogs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's your tweet thread. You want social media content? You got social media content. So where should you start? Just start with ChatGPT, chat.openai.com, and just start playing. Run down as many rabbit holes as you can and just start trying to try to stump it. Try to figure out where the boundaries are. And what you quickly figure out is that the boundaries are very deep, and what it can do is quite profound. And then you can start exploring other things. I've got, if you want to take some quick screenshots, there's 4 you can play with there. There's 3 more there. There's the image tools. There's the video tools. And these are just the ones that I think are worth spending your time on. These are just like personal editorial. So there's lots and lots to do. Why do you use Microsoft Edge on a Mac? Because I'm a dum-dum. So here's why, Corey. Because I'm an idiot. Because I'm an idiot. So when ChatGPT first hit the market, and it became clear that they were kind of in startup mode and they were fucking with Google, and it seemed like Google for the first time in like 15 years had some competition. It became clear to me that they were going to get really aggressive with how they rolled out ChatGPT and how they were going to incorporate it into the Microsoft products. So I switched my default search engine to Bing. I switched my default browser to Edge. And then I haven't changed it back. But I probably should, because it's at this point it's unstable enough that I'm a tab hoarder, and if you're a tab hoarder with Microsoft Edge, like, it doesn't matter if you're sleeping your non-active tabs. It fucking crashes my machine every time I wake it up. So it's got to go. Oh wow! Look at Lunastick. That's awesome. So in the Salon Discord, we've got an irregulars channel, so we got some inside jokes with our little characters and stuff like that. But Lunastick's just making like the Salon superhero gang. This is awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Playing on Instruct GPT now, ChatGPT, definitely more intuitive. Yeah, exactly. The irregulars. It cannot do, the word irregular is not one it's obviously seen before, because it cannot spell that word right. That's really funny. Oh, I love that one. That's cool. Those are awesome. And then Private Peppa doing some turtle action. I like turtles. Oh man, you guys are awesome. That's great. Okay, so if you join the Salon Discord, you can play along with what we do, and if you make any cool images, you can go share them in the show and tell channel. Bard just told me it could be my CRM and keep track of real estate properties. ChatGPT told me no. Well, so here's the thing, Log. Even if Bard told you it can do that, it may not. So all of these large language models right now, they do what's called hallucinating, which is basically where they lie like a sieve. I like to call it mansplaining as a service, which is it will confidently answer you even if it's wrong. If Google added something to Bard that allows it to act as a CRM, I would be very surprised, but that would be cool. Just be careful if these things tell you, here's the answer, it may not be the answer. If they tell you they can do something, they may not do it. I was interacting with Pi at one point and said, hey, can you email me that? And it said, sure, I can email you that. And then it can't email, it can't take action. So anyway, they will also gaslight you. Yeah, Joker, exactly. So just be careful with that. But cool. All right, let's get some other questions going here. Did I broke Microsoft too? Could we make a Kyle bot in Poe, a supersized with shades of Steve Jobs, Brene Brown, and Einstein? Einstein's a little much. I think Or do you just mean the eyebrows? I've got Einstein's eyebrows. But thank you for the compliment. I like the Brene Brown thing in there because I think right now we in so many ways need more empathy, just in general in society. But I think with this AI stuff, it's profound stuff, and I think a lot of people are very scared. And there's an interesting thing that happens when you sit outside of AI. It seems really scary, right? Because you're like, oh, the robots are going to kill us, and it's taking my job. And then when you get into it, you start playing with it, and you do like little parlor tricks, like write me a song, write me a poem, do this, do that. And then at some point you do something with ChatGPT or one of them that's close to what you do. And you will likely have what we call your Kevin McAllister moment. That one. And at that point, you get really scared. And then you realize, wow, it's just a tool, but it's actually kind of cool and I can do other things. And then you get really excited. And then you dig deeper and you're like, oh, but that's really intense. And that's going to screw up my buddy Jim's job. And then you get scared. And then you get excited. Then you get scared. Then you get excited. And then those things just kind of meld. And it's like, this stuff's intense. It's exciting and it's scary and it's profound and it's awesome and it's terrifying. And so I think that we all need to just give each other a little grace as we're trying to figure out how these things are going to impact our lives and how we may have the opportunity to reinvent ourselves, but how we might also be forced to reinvent ourselves. And that's fucking terrifying. So I think the Brene Brown layer in this channel is an important one. So thank you for acknowledging that. That was very sweet. Start by replacing Google with ChatGPT. Yeah, I don't really Google anymore. I'm a digital nightmare. Too many. AI told me to put them on a laptop just for storing photos. I'm the same way. I've got hard drives just laying around that I'm never going to throw out because, like, someday I might hook that up and see what's on it. It's like I'm a tab hoarder, a digital hoarder. Yeah, I suppose I'm also a hoarder. I got a lot of crap. Hey, now, don't be browserist. I think my prompts gave AI that idea. Bart just told me, oh yeah, we saw that one. Hey, wait, he is bot blocking me from Sydney, accuses me of lying and gaslights me. Oh my God, instruct GPT. Yeah, we saw that one. I'll share a new video and show and tell. Oh, right now? Oh, cool. Oh, it's Claire's birthday. Happy birthday, Claire. So let's see. We got a happy birthday, Claire. Nice, lovely. That's actually really beautiful. Nice job, Sherry D. Claire, I'm telling you, Claire is like a machine making the art with Midjourney in the AI salon. I have 7 laptops I call photo albums. That's fucking hilarious. I've got hard drives that are like, this is like certain piles of years. That's really funny. All right, here's a new video from Herod. I made my first animation with SDXL last night. Remade one of my previous renders. It came out really cool. All right, let's make this full screen. This is from Herod. Wow, that's super cool, dude. You know, you've got... It's cool. The technique that you're using, it kind of hides the sort of the weird animation, the sort of non-coherent animation that a lot of Gen AI things have, where you see someone's face and it goes burn. Like the technique you're using hides that. It's really slick, really good. Thanks for sharing that. That's super cool. The other thing Herod's doing in the AI salon, so not only is he doing those cool videos, but he's been teaching people like how to make them, which is super fucking cool. So, Kyle, maybe AI will organize it for us at some point. I think it will, actually, Emilio's wife. I think that I think what we're all going to discover in the next 3 to 5 years, maybe like 2 to 4 years. I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point. I think these AI tools are going to help businesses and people rediscover their digital histories, right? So I think my fantasy with having all these hard drives is that at some point I'll have the time to do digital anthropology and I'll dig and I'll find all those cool ideas I had and I'll resurrect them somehow. And there's a lot of problems with that. One is a lot of the file formats of the things that are on those hard drives, the software doesn't exist anymore, right? So like there's that. And then there's massive amounts of it. And then there's all these duplications where you've got, just it's impossible to organize. Well, so then imagine when generative AI is rolled into the operating system and it can just analyze all your data and cluster it and figure out what's in there and go find obscure file formats and update them from the obscure old file format to some new readable format. So, and I think that's going to happen for businesses. I think it's going to happen for individuals. Wow, that's cool. Wow, that's super cool. It's another Herod. Look at that subtle animation. That's slick. Nice work. Dag. Yes, I think that's very much a possibility. Jim Ross was at the Las Vegas Sphere last night. Missed my AI Learning Lab time. I have a problem. Oh my God. You're at the world's literally greatest spectacle in the history of mankind. You're like, I want to get on the AI Learning Lab. I'll do my best to get a sphere going here. I got a little light up moon. Does this help? I gotta charge it though, because it doesn't turn on anymore. I don't think, does it? Let's see. On. No. Battery's dead. The battery shit's dead. It's Ditka's 84th birthday. Wow, Becky. Amazing. We're all ticking up there in years, aren't we? Jeez. The Bears. Not totally, but thanks. Jim Ross, cool though. How was it? I need a laptop HD. I think I tossed some of my old ones out. Yeah, the sphere looks just amazing. Like the scale of it. What's it hold? 25,000 people or some crazy ass number like that? Apparently the food's good. The hospitality's good. The line management's good. Bing said, I don't think you talked to Sydney. Only Microsoft employees can. Maybe it was an imposter. That's really funny. I posted the link I used to make that effect. Oh, cool. That's great. Bing said, I don't think you talked to... Okay, we said that. Kyle, I made you. Where? In the Irregulars channel? Look. That's awesome. Thank you. Fucking, it captures me a little too close. Have you shown us how it can analyze data? Can it forecast future trends? Oh, you have shown us how it can analyze data. Can it forecast future trends? Maybe. Let's go experiment. Let's go to Kaggle. Kggle. So the site I'm on is called Kaggle. This is where you can go get data sets. So we're gonna go do a little advanced data analysis and see if we can get ChatGPT to help us. So we're gonna search data sets for stock data. Stock exchange data, 5 megabytes 2 years ago. All right, this is a lot of data. So we're going to download it. It's downloaded. We're going to go to ChatGPT. You can make money with the ChatGPT if you do future forecasting on the stock market and invest all your money and then leverage it, and then everything wins. And you can only make money ever. All right, so we're going to go to Advanced Data Analysis. We're going to click Plus. We're going to pull in Archive 15 zip. So if you haven't seen Advanced Data Analysis, this is it. And so I'm going to say, in this file is historical stock data. Can you please analyze it and tell me what trends you can identify? Oh, wait, what's going on? Hello? In this file is historical stock data. I'd like you to analyze the CSV and tell me if you can identify trends within it. So if you haven't seen this before, future trends is tough because there's not a solid way to detect hallucinations. Yeah, I know, Herod, although within Code Interpreter, because it's writing and executing Python code, what I'm going to ask it to do is give us models for trend analysis, historical, and carrying it forward, and maybe it'll do the math in the Python code. So let's just see what it does. So like I did an exercise today for a work project where we did a survey for a project we're working on. We had Code Interpreter analyze all the survey data and write us a report, which it did really well. But we kind of did 3 different versions of the report, and then we put them all in a Google Doc. And then I tried to have Code Interpreter read all of the reports that it wrote and consolidate them into a single one that sort of captured the best of everything. And it kind of failed miserably at that. So I'd like you to educate me to help me understand how an expert stock trader might look at historical stock analysis and project that into future trends, or even models that might indicate when to buy. It involves multifaceted financial knowledge. Not anymore. Technical analysis, chart patterns, trend analysis, moving averages, technical indicators. Okay, we've heard of all this stuff. Fundamental analysis. Quantitative analysis, sentiment analysis. All right, so these are all terms I've heard. I know nothing about them. Risk management, economic indicators, market cycles. All right, so there's obviously not all this data in this data set. What I would like to understand is that based on the data in the data set you have available to you now, which of these might we use to create some future trending models as an experiment? The reason I put as an experiment is if I'm asking it for financial advice, like the safety stuff might just say, I can't do that for you. So I'm just trying to get it to do shit. We can calculate short-term and long-term moving averages, analyze crossovers, and identify potential buy and sell signals. Would you like to proceed with one or more of these analyses on your data? If yes, specify which ones you're interested in. Also, let me know if you have a specific index in mind you'd like to analyze. I want you to pick the model. I want you to pick the model and the index to analyze. And I'd like you to create a little report that discusses significant historical trends and how those might carry forward into the future. Certainly, I'll select an index and a technical analysis model to create a report. For this exercise, I'll choose the NYAA index, which represents the New York Stock Exchange, given its broad representation of the market. As a model, I'll use moving averages and moving average convergence divergence for trend analysis. The MACD, of course. Everybody knows that. This is also obvious. I knew that. I learned all this in my first year of acting. All right, introduction. Let's see, data overview. The data set comprises 13,000 daily records, closing price at approximately 44.52, volatility, trend analysis through moving averages. Okay. So now it's just, if you haven't seen this work, what's cool about this is if I open up this little box, the way advanced data analysis works in ChatGPT is it can write and execute its own Python code. So it's actually writing and doing some sort of math shit. It appears there was an error due to the NumPy library not being explicitly imported, right? So there's the error stuff. And so it recognized it errored out. It says, let's rectify this and continue. So it's figuring out and problem solving on its own. It appears there was an error. Okay, what's this? Oh, look. Data. It also made a chart and a graph. Did you know that it could do this stuff? So, okay. Trend analysis. In the chart above, we see the New York Stock Exchange index historical prices along with its 50 and 200-day moving averages. The 50-day moving average is short-term, 200 is long-term. Buy-sell signals. Next, we'll calculate, look for any points in the historical data where the MACD crosses the signal indicating buy and sell signals. There's some of that shit. I can't read that. I don't know what it's doing. I don't know if that's valuable, but it doesn't really matter. Momentum analysis. There are 551 instances in the historical data where the MACD crosses the above signal line, which is commonly interpreted as a bullish buy signal. Conversely, there are 550 instances where it crosses below the signal line, a sell signal. It's amazing that they're 551 and 550. They say that the stock market's a coin toss. There you go. Historical volatility analysis. So there's volatility. Discussion of historical trends, moving average. I mean, this thing is just going and going and going. Conclusion. Historical analysis provides valuable insights into its past behavior. Oh, it just crapped out. So anyway, I don't know if that's doing future projection stuff, but you can certainly be doing some analysis. Good Lord. Good lordy. Oh, what do I know? I only worked on Wall Street for 2 years. Oh, I forgot that, Herod. Yeah, I don't know. Listen, I have a degree in acting. You know that. Oh, man. I forgot about that. That's hilarious. All right. He made money with ChatGPT. What was that? Kyle had $2 million in stocks at one. Now, I I had more than 2 million in stocks. I had a lot in stocks at some point in my history, but it was all paper money. There was none of that real money there. Herod, I'm just kidding. I did work there, but I wasn't a stock trader. I was a code monkey. It was a wild experience. Turns out I hate finance, though. Yeah, exactly. Yes, 50 moving average, crossover, 200 moving average. Also, rent in Manhattan is $150 million a month. It is. If you're not taking companies public on a weekly basis, you can't afford to live in New York. Oh, man. Let's make a whole other branch of math for the unknown chaos and chance and call it calculus. I spent the day researching demographics of an influencer's audience without much luck. Yeah, Source Camp, I mean, my experience with Code Interpreter is tainted by the fact that I don't know shit about data analysis. So I kind of get lost in like because it's kind of prompting itself and doing its own work and coming to its own conclusions. I think what sometimes happens is it grabs a subset of the data and puts that in a data table that it's doing analysis on. And then if you ask it about data from the larger data set, it just looks in what it has in the data table and it's incomplete. And so it just starts to fall apart. So I don't quite know how to use it yet, but I think it will get smarter and then I'll get smarter using it. But it's I don't know. It's wild. It's wild that it does what it does. It just, every time I see it do that, I'm just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? No, literally, what are you doing? I see you ask code. Wait, I've seen you ask it to code in Python before. Can it do any other languages beside Python? Oh, yeah. So within Code Interpreter, it's only been given access to execute Python. But ChatGPT, right, can you tell me 2 modern and 2 out-of-date computer programming languages? It's subjective. Modern, Python, JavaScript. Outdated, COBOL, Fortran. I'd like you to write a rocket trajectory application in Fortran that can calculate getting a rocket into the moon's orbit. So basically said, this is really complicated. I don't think I can do that. However, I can provide a simplified example in Fortran. All right, so there's Fortran. So I don't know if that works, but what's it doing? Changing effect of gravity as the rocket ascends, the loss of mass as the rocket consumes fuel, air resistance, thrust produced by rocket engines, orbital mechanics, the rotation of the Earth, other forces acting on the rocket. For a real trajectory calculation, one would typically use a numerical method to solve. Okay, whatever. So we've got some Fortran. Can you refactor that into COBOL? COBA is not a recognized. I meant COBOL, not cobalt. Nevertheless, here's a simplified COBOL version. What was the other thing? What was the other language it did here? JavaScript. Great. Can you now put this in a JavaScript application with a visualization of the data. So what did it say? It said creating a JavaScript application with the data visualization involves both the computational logic and the front-end visualization. We'll use simple HTML and JavaScript for the front end and a library like Chart.js for the data visualization. Please note that the trajectory calculation is highly simplified and not accurate for real-world rocket launches. Okay, all right, ChatGPT, I promise we won't launch a rocket tonight with your little math. So there's that. Yeah, so there's the trajectory math shit, and there's that. And then I'm going to say, can you now turn this into a rocket launching game written in C# intended to be run inside Unity? It's a complex task. Firstly, you'd need to set up your Unity project. Here's a simple C# script that might... So the answer is yes. It can do languages other than Python. Oh, man. One of the interesting things about the coding in GPT-4 is that it seems that there's a thing called model drift where the as they're tweaking and fine-tuning the models, like maybe it was really good at programming 2 months ago, then it gets shittier at programming, and then it gets good again, and then it gets shitty again. There's this oscillation that seems to happen with the quality of these things. And I think it's just because it's so early, they're fine-tuning them and, trying to deal with safety and probably bugs and exceptions and all sorts of weird shit. Hackers gonna hack, trying to break it. So as they fix all that shit, it probably, affects the quality of the code. But anyway, there you go. Hope that helps, Mitch. There you go, Mitch. What platform should I be using? For what, SourceCamp? Yes, it can code in any language, honestly. Yep. Right now, I'm your agent for your TikTok Live soundtrack featuring your non-AI voice. Awesome. All right. How many folks are in here? Got some folks in here. Do me a favor, if you'd be so kind. Share the live, share it with your friends, let them know you're a weirdo and you watch other weirdos talking about this AI stuff, even if they're like angry against it. Just share it. And then if you like this idea of keeping up with this stuff, staying curious about it, follow the channel, and then do other, whatever else you want to do. Hey, Kyle, where is it that you can test the output code from GPT? Well, wherever you would test code. So, like, if I'm doing, like, I'm not a coder, so I don't know a lot of the stuff. If I'm doing things in Python, you can go to there's a site called Replit. But the other thing you can do, Madcap, and this is how I learned to do it, is I wrote some code, and then I said to ChatGPT, I don't know how to run this code. Can you help? And then what ChatGPT says is, oh, sure, on a Mac, you open your terminal program and you run these command lines. And then I went, no, I don't want to run command line Unix. Is there a website that can just do this shit for me so I can see if the code works? And they'll go, oh, sure, here's 5 of them. And then you just go find one. Just every time you run into a roadblock with the programming, just have ChatGPT educate you. The first time I did this with Python, It gave me Replit, and then it said you copy the code and you paste it in the left pane, and then you hit the run button, and then it'll run in the right pane. I'm like, okay, I can figure that out. Paste, run, error. And I said, hey, ChatGPT, it gave me an error. And it said, well, you need to install this library. And I'm like, I don't know how to install that library. It said, in the lower left-hand corner, click on this button, and then in the upper right-hand corner, search for the library. And then when you see it, install it, and then hit the run button again. And I did that, and it worked. And so it's just, the old cliche. Let me Google that for you. I kind of feel like ChatGPT is that on steroids. It's like, but I don't know anything about quantum mechanics. Well, now you do. but I don't know anything about interior design and color theory. Well, now you do. Welcome to the new world. Oh, you know what I haven't. One of the things that always blew me away about Midjourney was designers that were doing like interior design. So now I'm in ChatGPT and I'm gonna play with the DALL-E 3. So I've got DALL-E 3 inside ChatGPT. If you pay the $20 for ChatGPT Plus, which I think is the deal of the century right now, if you don't have DALL-E 3, it will be coming soon. Like they're rolling it out pretty widely across anyone who's got ChatGPT Plus. So this has now got image generation within it. So what I'm going to do is this. You are a world famous New York City interior designer, and I need your help designing my 55th floor penthouse apartment in Lower Manhattan, period. I would like you to give me 5 different concepts for how you might design my apartment. I'm particularly interested in the big living room that has floor-to-ceiling windows and a view of the Statue of Liberty, period. Before you make any images, can you describe your 5 concepts to me? All right, so our little interior designer here, elegant minimalism. That seems like New York cliche to me, so we're not going to do that. Classic Manhattan glamour, drawing on inspiration from the 1920s Art Deco era. Urban jungle oasis? No, that's not right. Not for a penthouse. Bohemian loft? Again, that's cliche. And if we were lower in the building, that might be good. Modern industrial. Okay. These are all very expected and cliche for New York City. I was hoping because you're an award-winning designer, you would have some more innovative ideas for me. Why don't you try again? So this, oh God, even hearing Fortran gives me PTSD. That's really funny, Aaron. Futuristic fluidity. Envision a space where the boundaries between the walls, ceilings, and floors blur. Seamlessly curved structures would create a fluid, continuous space. Think of undulating walls or furniture that emerges organically from the floor. I love that, actually. I mean, because that'll be visually interesting. Cultural Fusion Lab. Okay, we like that. Interactive Art Lounge. Eco-Futurism Retreat. Sensory Exploration Chamber. Okay, so I like 1, 2, and 5. Okay, great. Perfect. I like 1, 2, and 5. Can you now write up a hybrid between those 3? Fusion Sensory Odyssey, architectural fluidity. The foundation of this design is seamless fluid architecture from futuristic fluidity concept. Spaces flow organically from one to the next. Cultural integration. The Cultural Fusion Lab room would incorporate design elements from global traditions. Scandinavian fluid sofa. Vibrant African textiles, Zen meditation space. Beautiful. Sensory exploration. Room becomes an immersive experience of sensory exploration center. The view of the Statue of Liberty is framed with augmented reality. Great. Great. Awesome. Perfect. Okay. This sounds exactly like what I'm looking for. Can you please give me 4 different renderings of design ideas for the living room with the view of the statue, period. The Staten Island ferry should also be seen in the distance. Boom. DALL-E 3, now it's creating images. Robert Stone, hello. What's happening? So what I wanted to see was could we get DALL-E 3 to create interesting, innovative interior designs as good as some of the early Midjourney stuff where interior designers, and I guess just regular people asking for wacky interior designs, there was some really amazing stuff. So it will be curious to see what this thing can do. And you know, so what I just did there was, oh, this is beautiful. So what I just did there was I don't have to do image prompting, right? I can just have a creative glad my mental trauma is so entertaining for you, Kyle. You're welcome, Herod. I'm here for you, buddy. Fuck, that's cool. Look at that. Can you imagine walking up into a 55th floor penthouse? I mean, the Statue of Liberty is a little close, but that's okay. There's the Staten Island ferry, as requested. Staten Island ferry, Statue of Liberty. This is obviously not the 55th floor. And by the way, that's Manhattan in the background. So this is Jersey. They just moved my apartment to Jersey, assholes. I'm gonna tell it that. I'm gonna say, yeah, it looks like 3 of those apartments are in Jersey with a view of Lower Manhattan. That's kind of disappointing, period. Could you put me on the 55th floor in Manhattan looking toward the Statue of Liberty with Jersey in the background, period? That's pretty funny. Oh, man. ChatGPT doesn't do good. COBOL, yeah, it probably hasn't been trained on it. Upload a photo of my family room and ask that it be redecorated with turtle decor. Just saying. You can do that. There's a couple of apps. If you go to futurepedia.io, there's a couple of apps that let you upload your any room and it'll redecorate it. Which is pretty like all this stuff is just fucking wild. All right. Now I'm down south of the Statue of Liberty. I think this is an apartment from the Verrazano Bridge. and the Staten Island ferry it looks like it's going about 8,000 miles an hour steaming toward the tip of Manhattan. Yeah, it just does not understand. It doesn't understand the geography. But still pretty cool. Like that design right there, that's pretty slick. Nancy reached member level 13. Awesome, Nancy. Thank you so much. All right. So this is DALL-E within ChatGPT. Oh, you know something I wanted to try also that we'll do here as an experiment together. No, Kyle, do tell me. Kyle, go on. Do tell. All right. I'm creating a children's book about a ragtag band of ne'er-do-well animals that include a llama, a hedgehog, a turtle, and a gummy bear. Period. I would like to create an image for each of them in a modern cartoon animation style to see if I like what they look like. All right. So one of the things that they kind of promised, one of the reasons we have hedgehog as one of our animals that we kind of make fun of, is in the DALL-E 3 video when they did the announcement, there was Larry the Hedgehog, and they kind of maintained Larry throughout throughout a series of prompts. Like once they declared, that's Larry. And then they said, let me see where Larry lives. And let me see Larry dancing through fields. And it maintained that character across prompts. So I'm going to see if we can do that here. All right. Lunastick. This is what Lunastick thinks of me. Like 900 pounds. And I have a price tag of $7.99. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Man, that second one does look like Fat Alec Baldwin. It's pretty funny. All right, let's go see our little images here. Okay. You apparently can't do a cartoon hedgehog without making it Sonic the Hedgehog. And that's pretty much Ninja Turtles. And that's kind of, hey, Kool-Aid. All right, so we'll go with the llama. The llama's pretty cool. All right. So let's try this. Let's go. Okay, I like the llama. Let's call him Lamar, period. I'd like to see Lamar sitting on a tricycle in a suburban cul-de-sac. So Lamar should be pretty cool with sunglasses. What's he got? Sunglasses? He's got sunglasses, a leather jacket. Oh, I had to grab my phone and put on my glasses. Didn't want to miss these results. I know. Isn't it terrible? It's just like you hit a certain age. It's like, if these are off, nothing. I got nothing. Here are different images of Lamar. Sorta. I mean, it kept his leather jacket. Yeah, it kept his leather jacket. It kept his color. That's pretty close. That's not. That's really not. Okay, of all of those, number one is the one that's closest. So let's try to keep that style moving forward. And let's keep that look and feel for Lamar, period. Now I'd like to see Lamar walking through a field of wildflowers on a fine spring day. In addition to his leather jacket, he's also got on a swell baseball cap, cocked a little bit to the side. Because if DALL-E indeed does like even semi-coherence across prompts, then you could start to really think about doing things like, you know, characters in a graphic novel or characters in a children's book where you're maintaining a character across frames. I'm sorry, but I was unable to generate all the images due to our content policy. Well, it's your dumb policy, and you wrote the damn prompts. That sort of looks like Lamar. That is totally a different style. That looks a lot like him. That's pretty cute. So it seems like with enough kind of messing around, you could probably get DALL-E to be decently coherent, a decent storyteller. Oh, that's fascinating. All right. Not perfect, but usable. Look, it looks just like me. See, here's the monster that I've created. So when I first started doing these lives, trolls would come in here and they would say stupid shit, and I would make fun of them. And then I said, listen, if you're going to troll me, at least be clever about it. So now the trolling is taking the form of hilarious parody images of me. Ah. DALL-E did ITB. Man. Futuristic. Just kidding, Jersey residents, maybe. I know. What an imagination. Haha. Kyle, how do y'all get the image of you to start with in AI Salon? Which one? The ones that people are making of me, of these? I don't think they're taking pictures of me and uploading them. I think they're just kind of describing, like, you know, if Alec Baldwin had too many quarter pounders and had Jolly Santa face, what might he look like? It's pretty funny. I just realized you're wearing a Catalyst shirt. That's great. I am. That's the building I work in. Exactly. I have really bad nightmares about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I can't wear green clothes. That's funny. Number 3 is funny. Yep. He's sitting outside the house on his motorcycle, waiting on a gummy bear girlfriend and turtle dad spies. Nice. All llamas look the same to me. Can I get a copy of your YouTube Claude AI prompt for TikTok videos? Yeah, I'll share that. I guess I can share that in the salon somewhere. I mean, it's super specific. I guess, I mean, just take it and you'll have to modify it because it's really super specific. If you want to see what goes, one of the challenges you have with ChatGPT is it's got a really short context window. Basically, your prompt can't be too long. It kind of loses its memory after a while, but you can use Claude. So here's Claude. There's Cloud. Hello, my name is Cloud. And then we're going to go to the YouTube. And we're going to go to the old AI Learning Lab, your channel. And then I'm going to go to videos. And I did these all already. Dang it. Oh, well, I'll show you how it works anyway. So these TikTok lives I do are generally between 2 and 3 hours long. 1.5 sometimes, but mostly between 2 and 3 hours. And so every one of these videos has a little transcript. But it's not a little transcript, it's 2.5 hour transcript. So we're going to go in here. Where is my transcript? All right, so there's a little button that says show transcript. And so there's my transcript, right? So this is YouTube putting time code and all of the shit I say as I ramble for 3 hours. It's all been documented. What do they just need 3 seconds to clone your voice, right? I'm fucked. All right, so now we're going to go back to Claude, and I'm going to just paste that whole transcript in. And notice what it does. It turns it into like a text upload, effectively. So it's 133.46 kilobytes. And then I'm going to go over to a Trello board that I have where I've got a prompt that I wrote just for this situation. And this is a long-ass prompt that it took. This is about a 50 attempt. It's probably more than that. It's probably 75 or 100 attempts to get this prompt to work. Basically, there's three components to it. Act as an AI assistant who specializes in effective copywriting and YouTube metadata based on the provided transcript from 10/13. So I just changed this date, 10/13. Do the following tasks. Craft an interesting and click-worthy title, and then format it a certain way. Write a single paragraph description that follows these rules that are like, should be in the first person, should not be self-congratulatory. Like, when it first started doing these, it was like, I'm the most awesomest person in the world. I'm like, no. So it gave it some boundaries there. And then identify the third one this was the toughest one. This is the one that really took me a lot of time to figure out. Identify the topics Kyle talked about most passionately and follow these rules. Topics should be determined by a combination of what he says and how long he talked on the topic. Longer sections imply they are more important. Select the topics that will appeal to a broad audience. List the topics chronologically in this format. And then be sure to capture the topics for the entire length of this transcript. And it follows these rules about 20% of the time. And then sometimes it just goes off the fucking rails and is just useless. And what I found that's weird is sometimes if I just change the length of like the copied block by like a word, it'll completely behave again. So there's something about how it ends on a certain word I think fucks it up. I don't know how or why. Have you tried to upload a picture of yourself to GPT-4 and ask it to make you Pixar-like? You can't do that right now. Be not afraid. So that's what I was saying. The ChatGPT right now has broken itself into these really distinct modes. So the image upload mode is not connected to the DALL-E mode. So what I could do is I could upload a picture of myself into the vision mode and have it describe me. And then I could take that description to the image mode and then have it, take that description and then add, I want you to render this like a Pixar character. We can try that. So let's see what this did. Dissecting the AI revolution in plain talk. On October 13th, 2023, I hosted a wide-ranging 3-hour conversation in my AI learning lab on TikTok. So I got that part right. It didn't break the chapters into individual lines, but here's a good example. So it didn't break them into lines, and it only went up to 5 minutes and 20 seconds. So I'll go back and look at the video. It's a 3-hour, it knows it's a 3-hour thing. I'm going to say, it looks like you only got topics for the first 5 minutes or so. This is a 3-hour transcript. Try again. So I just yell at it sometimes. I'm like, start over, loser. It should apologize and tell me, oh, you're absolutely right. I only got for the first 5 minutes. And then it'll say, let me do that again. And then it'll do it for the same 5 minutes. And that's the other thing I talk about this a lot, that these tools right now are janky pieces of shit. And this is a perfect example of that, is that I've got this very, very specifically crafted prompt, and then sometimes it works completely predictably, and then it'll just go off the rails. And that's what I hear really consistently from people. So this is now not bad. It's a little too much detail, but that's fine. Like, the whole purpose of these chapters is as much for like SEO as anything, right? Like I just want to be able to, if someone's searching for autonomous agents, like there it mentions autonomous agents, and whether or not it actually jumps to that, I don't really care. If I were doing this for a media organization, the accuracy of these things would be more important. But then what I do is I just copy this, go over to YouTube and paste it in there. So that's the prompt that was being asked about there. Pretty slick, isn't it? AI Learning Lab. What time is it? What time? Hey Eddie, what time is? Why are you washing Dickie in the sink? It's 10:22. Do you know where your children are? I do. Wide ranging. Is that a euphemism for rambling? Exactly. It absolutely is. Wide ranging. Plot.ai, check it out. Yeah, Plot.ai is pretty cool. Other than their annoying name of plot ... having to say ... twice. But yeah, that's pretty slick. If you haven't played with Plot.ai, go play with it if you want to write a screenplay. It'll write you it's basically a storytelling framework, like all the storytelling frameworks, but they just threw the AI generate button within it. The interface isn't great, but it's a pretty cool tool. Give it some items out of your pantry and ask for a dinner recipe. Oh, I could do that. Let's see. How can I... we don't need I don't need to take an actual picture. Let's go. It's a good thing to play with. I'm going to say picture of the inside of a refrigerator. This looks sad. What's in there? I can't see it. Actually, this is good. All right. So this is a UK refrigerator. Let me save this image as fridge. I'll save it to the desktop. Okay, so this is going to be good. Watch this. Well, I don't know if it's going to be good. This is going to be an experiment. These tools in ChatGPT right now are so new. Like, I don't know. Like, now that we have ChatGPT that has vision, that it can see and interpret things, like, what do you fucking do with that? I don't know yet. But we're gonna see if we can make a recipe out of our strange kitchen. Okay, so DALL-E 3 will make images. There's nothing here that says I want to see images. So if you go to default mode, it adds this little picture icon. And then if you click that, now I can attach an image. So let me go find that fridge image. And I'm going to say, can you make a recipe for dinner using what I have in the fridge? And the recipe should be appropriate to the country that I live in. Because it looked like it was from the UK. How did I... That's cranberry juice. Oh, maybe not. We're lazy. This is not us. Okay. Of course, let's take a look at the contents of the fridge. There's some dairy products, possibly milk, yogurt, and cream. There's eggs, grapes, some condiments, a juice box, possibly cranberry juice, some other items which are not completely visible. However, I'm not certain about the country based on the image. Can you please specify your country? I'll do my best. Oh, heck, just be adventurous and make me something tasty. It's going to be disgusting. All right. Let's get creative with what I can see. Creamy egg scramble with grapes and toast. Ingredients: eggs from the fridge, dairy product, could be milk, yogurt, or cream, grapes, salt, and pepper. Assuming you have these. Bread for toast, assuming you have some in the pantry. Condiments. All right, prepare the bread. All right, what other ideas do you have for what we could do with vision? We decided we're going to make an irregular AI recipe to replace pie. But we only counsel each other. I think that's good. I think that's good for Everhooked. Yeah, that's solid. Kyle, thoughts on Jasper AI? So my thoughts on Jasper and Copy AI and all of the things that are like these sort of mega prompt libraries is the best I can describe them. They've been around for a while. So Jasper and Copy AI were being built, I don't know, a year or two before ChatGPT. Now that ChatGPT's here, I think it probably serves you better to learn how to prompt ChatGPT yourself to do what Jasper or what Copy AI can do. Now, when would I use a Copy AI or a Jasper? If I don't have anyone in my company who's got any ambition to learn this shit, and I'm just trying to get more efficient in having my copy team crank shit out, then what I might say is go figure out if Jasper or Copy AI is better and just, click on buttons and go make the shit that they've prompted for you. But like now that ChatGPT's gone multimodal, is Copy AI going to keep up? Is it going to go multimodal? Well, it might, but they're going to be behind the eight ball. So I just kind of feel like things are changing so fast right now. It's a better fundamental skill to understand how these things do what they do and where the boundaries are than it is to be able to push a fucking button on, Copy AI and just type in a topic and have it write a blog post. So I don't know. I understand why they're there. I think that there's absolutely a market there. People are going to want the easy button.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
But I don't know. I don't have a lot of interest in it right now. So, pesto mushroom, zucchini, barbecue chicken. It won't do much with mine. Peanut butter, pickles, and ramen. Almond, kale. Oh, this is good. Everyone's given their inventory. Becky, almond milk, kale, spinach, cherry tomatoes, Worcestershire sauce, ketchup, mustard, and eggs. That's like, you got gourmet action going there. I think I can finally run a bot locally, sort of. Interesting. That's cool. Pie is important. Yeah, Parmesan and cream cheese. Actually, those two together sound pretty good right now. Hello, everyone. Hello, Cam Catkin from Cleveland. How are you? Cam Catkin from Cleveland had cataracts. Actually, you know what? I did this in the workshop I taught tonight. I showed automation. And so for the automation, because a lot of the people in the workshop are voice actors, so we made an automated tool that you give it a topic and then it will write you a tongue twister. So write me a tongue twister for my friend Cam Catkin from Cleveland. Clever Cam Catkin from Cleveland carefully concocted a colossal cluster of crisp cranberry cotton candy, continuously confusing chattering comrades with his chronically clever cranberry concoction charisma. Oh, this is going to get obnoxious. I'm going to do this every time I see you now. Wait, the AI Learning Lab getting obnoxious? Never. I see so many AI apps that are just riffing on top of ChatGPT. Yeah, so Mary, I call them wrapper apps, they're called wrapper apps. So it's basically just wrapping, you take a prompt, and you wrap an application around it, and it's basically just someone pre-wrote a prompt and is calling the OpenAI API. Like most of those apps, you could just build your own in Zapier. And I think you should, because you should like just learn how this shit works. Hey, mind repeating the plot? Plot.ai. So it's hang on. It's plot 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 DOT dot period AI. So the dot is one is the word and one is the toot. What were you saying about plot dot? So what I was saying about plot.ai is it's so if you know story frameworks like Save the Cat or any of those screenwriting story assistant tools where you have to like fill out all the forms, right? Like, you know, what's the opening inciting incident and what's this and, you know, what are your character arcs, right? It gives you all of the shit you have to fill out. And if you're like me, if you've got ADD, you start those story frameworks about 17 times and you never finish them because they're fucking exhausting, right? So what Plot.ai has done is they've taken one of those basic story frameworks, and every one of the modules you have to fill in, there's a write it for me button. So you can just go, give me ideas, and it'll write shit, and then you can edit them, and then you move on to the next segment, and it will incorporate what you wrote before for this segment. And so you basically just walk through the story framework development, and then I think it even moves into writing, you know, scenes and dialogue. But I'm not quite sure about that. But at a minimum, you'll get a fully fleshed out story framework with, you know, character breakdowns and plot arcs and, you know, just all the shit you need to write a good screenplay. Like all that structure is really important. It's just a pain in the nads to deal with. But not anymore. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Appreciate the ruses. What are your thoughts on short-term memory of ChatGPT? How far can it remember in a conversation? My thoughts are it really sucks, and I want it to have longer memory. These things will have memory. I think the memory thing's really interesting. Like, do you want it to remember everything you've ever told it, or just certain things at certain times? And it's probably certain things at certain times, and then how do you actually deal with that? So there's an interface challenge with memory, and then I'm sure there's a technical challenge with memory. But the way it works is, here, let me talk with my hands. Let me talk with my hands, and we'll explain it with my hands. But I got to get a good picture up here. Hang on, people. AI improv. We'll do that. Welcome to Chat ADD. I'll be here all week. Don't forget to tip your waitress. Try the chili. Does he have Tourette's? Okay. So, I need a visual. Hang on. Okay, this is good. All right. So this box of Lego pens that I bought in Prague, let's say this represents 3,000 words, okay? So ChatGPT has a context window of what they call 4,000 tokens. And you're like, but Kyle, what's a token? It doesn't matter. The geeks have decided that a period and a word are each a token. And so it's 4,000 tokens, which about 3/4 of that is words. So you have 3,000 word memory. So think like you have a box that you can stick 3,000 words in. So when you write your first little prompt, that's, you know, some amount of words, and then it responds, and that's some amount of words, and then you write another prompt, and that's the amount of words, and then basically it keeps filling up that memory. And if you've used ChatGPT long enough, sometimes you'll be working with ChatGPT and you're like, you know, you told it that your idea for the great American novel, and then it's going along gangbusters, and then all of a sudden it seems like it forgot what the hell the novel's about. That's because when you told it about your idea for the Great American Novel, as your prompts fill up that bucket, they go out of the memory. And so it's only sort of prompting this amount of shit back to OpenAI. So all of this shit gets lost. So that's why it kind of loses its mind sometimes. Now, Claude has a memory of 100,000 tokens. So ChatGPT's 4,000. Claude is like 100,000. So it's 75,000 words. So to put that in context, The Great Gatsby is a 50,000 word novel. So in Claude, you could take those 50,000 words, paste it into the prompt, and have it write an epilogue for The Great Gatsby. You couldn't do that with ChatGPT. You couldn't take an entire screenplay and paste it in here. What happens when you paste a big document in is it immediately blows out the memory and it says, oh, sorry, that's too long. I can't deal with it. So natively, GPT-4 is supposed to have a 32,000 token context limit. So GPT-4 is going to be going from about 3,000 words to about 25,000 words. So, much more. But it's not anywhere close to 100,000 tokens. So that's how that shit works. And then that memory is only live within the context of a single chat. So when you chat about your Great American Novel here, and then you go into a new chat, it doesn't have any memory of that old thing. It's not stringing your conversations together across conversations. It can, and people that are building applications with LangChain and things like that, where it's just dynamically re-embedding. It's like taking all the answers from this conversation, embedding it, throwing it into the large language model, so then you can GPT that later. Like, there's ways to do it, but it's not auto magic right now. It's not. It's just we're in the janky piece of shit stage of the industry. All these tools right now, like what you're asking for, is absolutely reasonable. Shouldn't these things have a little better memory? Why did they forget my story? We were going along so good, and it didn't know who Bob was. Bob's the main character. How could it forget Bob? Well, Bob was an asshole. Sydney didn't like Bob. So Sydney killed Bob off. What are you going to do? Oh, man. I got catfish to Cleveland, but not by Cam Catkin. Exactly. That's great. I know better from you and this community. That's awesome, Mary. Thank you. That's appreciate. Yeah, this community's turning out to be pretty fucking swell. I'm digging it. I need to learn about how to use Zapier. Zapier's okay. Hey, so here, look. I'll give you a little sneak peek of what we. So, this is wild. I'll show you this too if you haven't seen this. Oh, I gotta probably download it from the cloud. Yep, I do. Hang on. Let me download this from the cloud. Look at the fingerprint collection. It's a little menagerie of my little fingerprints. Do you like it? I've made it just for you. I point, I talk. I'm a hand talker. What are you gonna do, man? Someone said, I forget who I was talking to. They were like, Kyle's a hand talker, isn't he? And they're like, how did you know? It's like every thumbnail on my YouTube channel, I've got my hands all up in my face. Oh, man. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Ah! Okay, I'm not going to show you a lot of this because the Zapier shit is really complicated. It's not so much that it's complicated; it's that it's really janky. It's the problem with no-code tools is that in order to make them powerful enough, they've got to put a lot of interface in front of you. And what you effectively do when you're dealing with no-code tools is you're still doing programming. You just don't have to learn the actual syntax of programming language, but you're still having to think about variables and how to insert variables and shit like that. But I'll try to break it down for you simple. So this was one of the slides from a section I taught tonight on automation. So image was generated in DALL-E 3, of course, because, why not? Okay, so the tools that we used are Zapier and OpenAI's Playground. And the way it kind of works is this. When you're doing these automation tools, there's basically three modes. There's an input mode, which serves as a trigger. So something happens that starts the automation. And that could be you add a line to a Google Sheet. You add a row to a Google Sheet, right? And maybe that comes from, someone entering something in some system somewhere. And when they enter it over there, it gets added to a Google Sheet. And that can trigger the automation. So that's your input. Another common thing might be you create a Google form. Somebody fills in a Google form, and when they hit submit, that submission becomes the input and the trigger for the automation. So they call those triggers. And then just as a really simplified thing, I'm doing a super simplified example here. The middle section, the processing section, you're going to take some data from that input, and then you're going to mix it into a prompt, and you're going to send that to OpenAI to do some ChatGPT in. Now, you don't have to use OpenAI, right? This is just a thing that you can do in Zapier. Zapier's got like 5,000 modules. So think of these as like Lego blocks. So in this case, Lego block 1 is Google Forms. That's the input. Lego block 2 is the ChatGPT Lego block that we're going to send a prompt with some input from the form over to ChatGPT, and we're going to get back a result, right? So that's our second Lego block. And then the third Lego block is we're going to stick that in a Gmail, and we're going to email it. And so I'm trying to think where... If I go to Zapier, well, no, let me go to Google Forms. Forms.google.com. Forms.google.com. So I made this form called the Tongue Twister Maker, and it's a single answer form. What subject would you like your tongue twister about? Let's see. Oh, wait, I got to make this a. Hang on. I want this tongue twister about Lamar the llama. Oh, no. We'll do Cam Catkin from Cleveland. This is never going to end, Cam. All right. So Cam Catkin from Cleveland is what we want our tongue twister about. So I'm going to submit that. Okay. So that was just a Google form. I just submitted that. In about 20 seconds, I'm going to have an email in my inbox with the tongue twister. But how did it get there? So let's go to Zapier. So you go to Zapier, and you got to log in, because if you don't log in, you're a loser. Don't be a loser. Log in. All right. So within here, here's my zaps. So a zap is, a combination of these tools. So if I go into this simple example zap that we used tonight, here's the Google form, here's the ChatGPT thing, and here's the Gmail. So if I click on this Google form, over here on the right-hand side are the details for it. So if I can go up here and I can say edit. But basically what happens is you connect your Google account to Zapier, and basically you define in this form that when someone submits the form, that begins a trigger, and you take whatever they submitted in the form, and that now becomes available for your conversation in ChatGPT. And so I've got a prompt in here that says what subject that says write a tongue twister about, and then it's the input from the form. So the test in here was a 150-pound lovable dog, but what I just entered was Cam Catkin from Cleveland. So it's going to take that with Cam Catkin from Cleveland. It's going to send it to OpenAI, and then it's going to return a tongue twister. And then in Gmail, I've got, here's the subject. Here's your tongue twister about Cam Catkin from Cleveland. That's the subject. And then here's the body of the email. Hey there, you asked about a tongue twister about Cam Catkin from Cleveland. Here it is. And then here's the reply that came from ChatGPT. So that's how you build the email. So now if I head over to my email, we'll get to do this again with Cam Catkin. It's our favorite thing to do. So here's your tongue twister, right? So here's my email in Gmail. And it says, here's your tongue twister about Cam Catkin from Cleveland. Cam Catkin from Cleveland cunningly caught a cluster of colorful caterpillars calmly consuming chamomile on a cool, cloudy day. In my email. Bang, like that. That's automation. And that's kind of the most simple version of it. But now imagine that where you can put in branching logic, and you can do, you could do a thing where you ask someone 5 or 6 questions about a topic, and then you take some combination of their answers and you send a bunch of different calls to OpenAI, and you generate a blog post, and you generate tweets, and you generate, so you could make yourself content engines with this, right? So this is essentially what Jasper and Copy AI are. They're basically like automations like this. This is all they're doing. They take a prompt, they take your input, they put your input, whatever you typed in, they wrap it inside the prompt they wrote, send that to OpenAI, and then return that to you as their magic thing. Well, you can go make your own. And what you'll learn in making your own is super valuable right now because everything's changing so fast. So you're going to be able to be more nimble if you're actually learning the concepts. All right, people, listen. We need to talk, okay? I got my vitamin C. Right here. I know what you want.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
Was that AI generated? Maybe. Okay, can you turn that tongue twister into an image? Oh, that's brilliant. Okay. Yes. As a matter of fact, we can, Cam Catkin from Cleveland. All right. We're going to do new chat. We're going to go to DALL-E 3. Oh, wait. Let me do this here. I'm creating a children's book of tongue twisters for every letter of the alphabet. And I want your help creating clever images that bring the tongue twisters to life. Period. The first image I'd like you to create is for this tongue twister. Please give me 4 images in distinct styles that would be appropriate for a children's book. And make the images landscape orientation. Boom. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Cam Catkin from Cleveland cunningly cunningly caught a cluster of colorful caterpillars, calmly consuming chamomile on a cool, cloudy day. I mean, the thing about DALL-E, because it's got prompt coherence, where like it'll take those details. I would be very surprised if all of our images didn't have. It might have Cleveland. It'll have colorful caterpillars. Yeah, there's Cleveland in the background. I didn't get Cam Catkin. Of course, Cam Catkin's a cat. I think that's the one. I think this is you, Cam Catkin, because while that one's cute, this feels more tongue twister appropriate. Now you want to see something insane? Okay, great. I like style number 4 a lot, period. Let's make sure that anything we do from here forward uses style number 4. Please write tongue twisters for A, B, C, and D. Or, no, not C. A, B, B, D, and E. All right, of course. Andy Alligator ate apples and avocados atop an anthill in April. Bella Bunny balanced. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Can you make those images now? And it should remember the style. And so now we've got the first 5 images of a 26 image book with tongue twisters. I mean, what world are we in? When did this happen? Like 2 weeks ago. That's the answer is 2 weeks ago. Is when it happened. The cat body may disappear, only smile and eyes appearing. So let's see how we do with our A's and our B's. Oh, you know what we should also tell it to do? Can creating the image be incorporated into the Zap output? I think it can. I don't know if DALL-E 3 is incorporated into Zapier yet. It probably is. I just haven't had time to look at it yet. All right, that's the style. That's not for sure. That is. So 2 of the styles are wrong. But anyway, I mean, without even really trying, we could have something. Do lazy baby llamas, Mama for L. Lazy baby llamas. All right, we'll do L. All right, we'll do. Okay, one more. Period. Lazy baby mamas. Wait. Oh, llamas. I said, write a sassy twister. Lulu and Luna, the lazy little llamas, lounge leisurely, licking lemony lollipops and laughing at loony lullabies. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Let me see 4 variations and make 2 of them darker in tone. Darker in emotional tone. Something went wrong. Why? Okay. Now it's good. Couldn't Thelonious Google Sheet of the lab's URLs be automated with Zapier? E.g., possibly. Yeah, I don't know what you do with it. Yeah, well, it depends what you want to do. Like his Google Sheet, we could certainly set up a Google Sheet that every time he adds a line to that, it posts it to a specific channel in Discord, for example. You could do that. That's perfect. Fun live tonight. Can creating the image be incorporated into a Zap output? I think it can, but I don't know if DALL-E 3's been put in there yet. Those do not look like llamas. The mysterious melodies of past lullabies. That's cute. All right, people. Is this the same site you can use to update your profile photo on social media? Is this the same site you can use to... Oh, no. This is different. A lot of those profile picture updaters on social media are just apps that are built on top of Stable Diffusion and Dream Booth. There's one that I did. I did a bunch of images. Here, see some stupid images of me. Sure, Kyle. Like, we can't get enough of your face. Let's see some more of your face. Oh, my God. Here we go. These are so dumb. This app's called Remini. It does like these. You basically sort of just pick a model and you upload your stupid pictures to it, and then like there's me as the Connecticut Boat Club dude. Look, I'm an advertising guy. I like hot dogs. Hot dogs is tasty. More hot dogs. Look. Life's tough. It's tougher when you're stupid. This is my Kevin Costner. This is my best Kevin Costner. Oh God. All right. I think we should. I think that's got to be enough. We're not going to be able to unsee that. Oh man. All right, people. Listen, this was fun tonight. Let me get on up out of here. Let me get on up out of here. Lordy, exactly. Sherry D. Thank you for the rose, Sherry D. I appreciate that. Good hanging out with y'all. I think your cowboy needs to be your new look. I should probably go there. I think having that look involves me losing about 40 pounds and gaining about 6 inches. Love you guys. Do you want me to start writing kids' books? What would be your... Oh, do you want me to start writing kids' books? What would be your process from A to Z? I mean, I kind of just did it. The ChatGPT is really good at writing kids' books. So, especially if you have DALL-E inside ChatGPT, I'd just sort of write the book and then start making the images. Throw it up on Amazon self-publishing and go. Right? I think you should set yourself a goal. You want to write kids' books. You should set yourself a goal. Here's your goal. If you want to write kids' books, write a kids' book and publish it to Amazon before Sunday night. Because what's stopping you? Well, I don't know an artist. Well, you don't need one now. Well, I don't know how to write. Well, you don't need to now. Irregulars and mods present turtles and llamas. All right, everybody. Let's see who we got. Emilio's wife. Good to see you tonight. Emilio's wife was in the workshop. The what was it called? The AI Launchpad workshop with Rhonda. Thanks to ShareBear who couldn't make it and gave her seat to Emilio's wife. That was super awesome. Rock, paper, scissors. Good to have you. Clint Copperhead, of course. Have a good night. Source Camp. Good to see you. Don Smith. Who else we got here? Joker, Cam Catkin, of course. How can we forget Cam Catkin from Cleveland? What's up, Talk Dylan? Tobias. Tobias is no longer muted. He's happy. He was not happy the other night. Corey, good to see you. Source Camp. Karen White, good to see you. All right, everybody. What night's tonight? Wednesday. So tomorrow's Thursday. You know what that means, don't you? We're going to be here at the AI Learning Lab. You know what we're going to be doing? Learning. Bring your notebooks, people. Knowledge doesn't grow on trees. It grows in ChatGPT. Peace out, everybody.